Hello and welcome from my very comfortable sofa. Today I thought we'd talk about side effects. It's something that everyone's worried about, whether you're on the jab, whether you're coming off the jab, whether you're considering going to start the jab. And after 11 months of being on Monjuro, I I think I'm fairly well versed in the side effects that you can get. Now, if you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel because there's a lot of you that watch this channel but don't subscribe. The channel's doing really, really well. We've just smashed through our first 2,000 subscribers. But some of these videos get many, many more video views. So please subscribe, join the community. Tell me your story down below before we get started. Like, are you thinking of starting a jab? Are you on a jab? Have you left the whole bubble? Is it too expensive? Are you worried? Let me know. Like, the community is incredibly helpful and friendly. So if you've got any questions, no matter how stupid you feel that question happens to be, right, leave it in the comment section down below. Now, side effects. First of all, right, this is like my normal weekly kind of video update kind of thing. So first of all, if you're around for the numbers, I weighed myself and I am now 21 stone flat. 21 stone and 0 pounds. I've not weighed that for a good... I don't know, 15 years now. Yes, I had a blip in the middle where I kind of lost weight and regained it. But I mean, I haven't sustained a weight loss to this kind of degree in a very long time. Now, that means that I've lost 6 stone. I've also got something in my eye, so I apologise. But side effects is the thing that people tend to worry about. One of the biggest things that I was worrying about when I first started, it's one of the things that I was really, really worried about was jabbing. You know, the tiny little needle, putting it in. I'd never done the whole jab thing. I'd never done about injections. I even made a video on this channel before I even started that was like, oh, I'm not quite sure and I'm worried. And everyone was really, really kind and said, no, don't worry. It doesn't hurt. You won't feel it. There's nothing. It's like a sharp scratch at most. And it's true. I've had no negative effects when it comes to the jabs in itself, the physical act of the jab. Right. In all honesty, there's some things that you may experience when you get the needle and you put it in. Some people, they'll push the plunger down and they'll get a little bit of a lump where the medication's going in. I've not personally had that issue. I inject in the belly region. These are my shorts. I inject in the belly region, so around the belly button, and I've not had a lump issue. Many people say that if you do have a lump, leave it. Don't massage it. Just let it absorb. If there's still a problem, then slightly later kind of dab on it. But what you've basically done is you've injected it between subcutaneous layers of skin, and it's just sitting there, but it will absorb over time. I've had a point where I've had a small spotting of blood, but nothing major. Like I must have hit a small blood vessel, but honestly, it's nothing. It's like you pricked yourself with a needle. Oh, you have. You know what I mean? Like you've stabbed yourself with a drawing pin, right? It's nothing. In fact, a drawing pin is much thicker than these needles are, right? So, most common side effect that I've had, when I started on 2.5, the initial reaction was I started that the food noise disappears fairly quickly when you first start taking it. It then adapts over time as you go up. So my initial side effects were I just didn't hear the voice that says, you've just woken up And normally you have toast, but you could have toast with bacon. And whilst you're having that bacon, you know what would be really nice? A nice runny, gooey egg on top of it. Oh, why not have some mushrooms? Like that voice that narrates food or makes you excited for that next meal doesn't exist. I still get hungry, but I'm not obsessing over what I'm eating. I actively forget in some cases. I now have a routine where I wake up in the morning, I have a cup of tea. I'm pointing over there because my kitchen's over there. My kitchen. I have a cup of tea. Um, Within that cup of tea, I also have my pills and potions, my antidepressants, my gout medication, which I don't really need to take anymore because I'm not really having issues with my gout and haven't done for a couple of years. I take some Daily Essentials by Lillian Loaf, which makes me feel better, gives me that oomph, that energy. With that, there's omega 3, there's fiber, everything really. If you're interested, there's a link in the description down below. Um, it just makes it easy for me. I slam it down. I don't have to worry about everything else for the day, and it's certainly helped with the process of elimination. Um, but yes, after I've had my cup of tea, I might then consider eating something. Was previously the first thing I used to think about was food. Now when I have the kids over, because I have the kids on most weekends, they'll set up breakfast, or my daughter will make her own breakfast for her and the kid, my son. It's fantastic, and she'll be like, like, Daddy, do you want some? No, Alan, Alan, do you want some? Daddy, do you want some? I'm like, no, no, I'm not overly fussed, right? Um, Whereas in the past, I would have actively planned what I'm having that day. I would have maybe even fantasized about it a couple of days in advance. Oh, I could do this and I could get that, and you know, um, but that's gone now. What I do find is that I'm eating less, but I'm craving better quality. So I'm eating much more veg. I'm enjoying veg. If I do eat anything in the morning, I've got this weird habit at the moment where I'm just nibbling baby sweet corn sticks, for two reasons. One, I read that if you immediately jump into something sweet, or you immediately jump into heavy calories and stuff like that, because of your cortisol level, which hold on to stress and affect your insulin in the morning, it can trigger kind of weight gain. Um, whilst if in the morning you have something that doesn't spike your sugar levels, has a low glycemic index, that isn't mega sugary, it's not like a bagel or fucking whatever in the morning, um, then your cortisol level slowly over time will decrease in the morning, and therefore it's not going to immediately try and store crap on you in the first couple of hours. So if I do eat anything, yeah, it's baby corn. Why? Because I don't know. That's my weird side effect craving at the moment. Now, what this means is, as I said, when I do eat stuff, instead of getting a 1 or 2 pound lasagna from Iceland, which is basically just shit, because I'm eating less crap and I'm not eating takeaways and I'm not spending an arm and a leg on snacks and crisps and chocolate, I've upgraded my food. So instead of getting a crappy lasagna, I get a Tesco's finest lasagna for an extra £1.50, because instead of using, reclaimed meat from the back of a horse, it's actually, like pulled pork or beef, or there's extra flavour, which means that the portion may be smaller, but I get more taste to it. Another side effect is I have now noticed that my food tastes better. Not only have I upgraded, but because I'm not eating shit, because I'm not spiking stuff with sugar, because I'm not drowning myself in fizz, because I'm not killing my taste buds with crisps, which are empty calories, or doing that, salt sweet cycle, which your brain basically goes like, oh, that was really salty. Oh, you need something sweet. Oh, that was really sweet. You need to eliminate it, and you kind of crave back and forward. I don't have that anymore. Um, if I do treat myself to snacks in the evening, then it's also not huge amount. I used to plow through packets and packets of crisps. I'd easily go through like a share bag of crisps by myself and then start nibbling on other sweets and then blah. Um, no, in the evening, I don't tend to. Like it, once again, because of the side effect of moving my food forward, um, I'll eat my first kind of ish meal around about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock ish. Um, and then if I do have a large meal in the evening, which I don't tend to, it'll be either with the kids at about 6 ish, um, or 7 o'clock ish, 8 o'clock ish. I go to bed at about 10, 11, so it's given time to kind of digest. Um, or I go the other way. I'll eat nothing all day, and then I'll eat something around about 3, 4ish, which is quite large, and then I'll nibble on something in the evening. And as I said, these foods I now enjoy more. Another side effect I have noticed, as I've stepped up through, and as many people have reported, when I hit 5 milligrams, I got my first eggy experience. And I didn't understand this because, as a big man that was in control of his own food previously, um, I'd eat whatever I wanted, a large roast dinner or whatever. And I wouldn't consider how that goes through your body or how it digests. Now, when you take a jab, it slows down your metabolism, it slows down your digestive system, it digests differently. It looks at your your glucagon and your levels, right? Um, so if you take the jab and then you have something large and then it kind of sits in your gut, or you know, you eat at 8, 9 o'clock at night and then go to bed, instead of it just sitting in there waiting for you to deal with it in the morning, it kind of ferments and becomes eggy. And when I say eggy, I mean eggy. Um, and then for me, that has a knock on effect that either I'm constantly burping out fucking plumes of egg, or I get a gurgly gut, um, which then comes out the other end. Uh, so when people are worried about side effects, they're like, "Oh no, but is that going to make you vomit? Is that going to make you burp? Is that going to make you smell? Is that going to make you diarrhea?" Yes, but you can also kind of be smart about this and know that it's happening. So if I take a jab on a Sunday evening, I'm not going to have a huge roast dinner before I go to bed, right? I have my jab before I go to bed, around about 10 o'clock ish. That way I've slept through it. Ideally, I've not eaten anything huge 2 or 3 hours before I've taken that jab. Um, and then the next couple of days, I just don't go mental, you know? Don't have an entire baking tray of pasta. Don't eat an entire chicken to yourself. It's just common sense. Um, now, that limits the issues that you might have with egginess, um, and yeah, another side effect, because you used to eat a lot of food, you used to take in a lot of water, um, by the process of eating stuff. Um, but if you're not eating as much, you don't realize that you're like not being hydrated enough. So I now make sure that I at least have 2 or 3 large cups of either tea or water. I've always been a pop drinker, but that's also been curbed, by the medication. Um, it basically kind of dulls any addictive personality traits. So if you was used to having 4 or 5 or 20 cups of tea, you just don't get that urge, that trigger to keep up that addictive process. So now, instead of me having 5 or 6 cans of Coke every day, I'm currently staring at a glass of Coke that I had last night. There you go. Ooh. And yeah, that's half a pint left there when that's basically a can of Coke. Whereas I used to be able to slam through 2 litres of Diet Coke without any problems. Now, I don't mind a drink in the evening. So I try and supplement that with, once again, Lily and Loaf have their shakes. I've got some electrolyte powders from them as well. Cups of tea, water, that kind of thing. Because you have to think of these kind of things, because water helps move your body. Nice positive side effect is this. This is a 4XL. Oh! And I started in 4XLs at the start of the year. I'm now in 2XLs fairly comfortably. I'm now wearing a vest underneath my t-shirts most days now, because after losing 6 stone, I can feel the cold this year. I've gone from 50 to 54-inch waist to 48-inch waist. I just feel more active. I just feel more energized, which is, good this time of year, because I've got all of the birthdays. I've got Christmas to contend with. I've got parcels to lift when it comes to Christmas presents and shit. But it also means that this time last year, I had a nice winter coat that I kind of fit in. Now, I swim in it like a tent. These are all kind of common side effects that I've kind of bumped up against. But I just wanted to share with you. Now, what I'll do is I'll break this down into a more comprehensive list in future. But I just wanted to share with you that not all side effects are scary. Not all side effects are terrible. Some of them are great, right? And I just wanted to sit and chat on my nice comfortable sofa and have a chat with you, one-on-one, like a friend. Now, once again, if you are new around here, or if you're not subscribed, right, it really, I know YouTubers say it all the time, it really does help the channel and the community grow. Please hit subscribe. Please click like and tell me your story. Tell me what you're scared of. Tell me what you're happy with. Tell me where you are. Are you starting? Are you ending? Right? And most importantly, right, tell me how you feel about this. I'm Alan. I'm losing it. Are you? Boom!